सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। शुकासारिखे पूर्णवैराग्यजासे वसिष्ठा परिज्ञानयोगेश्वराचे कवी वाल्मिका सारिखा मान्य ऐसा नमस्कार माझा तया रामदासा। गणाधीश जो ईश सर्वा गुणांचा मुळारंभ आरंभ तो निर्गुणांचा नमो शारदा मूळ चत्वार वाचा गमू पंथ आनंत या राघवाचा। जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ। So we were seeing some beautiful shlokas of this Manache Shlok, where Samarth Ramdas Swami was explaining to us how to get rid of our negativity and what are the things that we should get rid of. One point that he mentioned in verse number 9 is that we should not have desire, greed for the wealth of other people. Nako re mana dravyate pudilanse. Why? Because when that selfishness turns into selfish desire, then that becomes sinful activity. Swartha buddhi nare, ati swartha buddhi nare. Why? Papa sache, because then it will accumulate all the sins. Manoni, ghade bhogane papate karma khote. Whatever you are doing, whatever wrong actions you are doing, ghade bhogane, you will have to suffer the consequences. You are not exempted from it. Na hota mana sarike dukkha mote. And suppose even after doing all that you don't get what you desire, again you will have sorrow. So it is a lose-lose situation. Please think about this little bit. When I have selfish desire, and that selfish desire is translating into wrong action. Now, if I am successful in that action and if I get what I desire, still because I have got it through wrong action, I will have to suffer the consequence. And if I don't get, still I am sad because I wanted it. Selflessness is going to finally result into sorrow. That is what is the point. Now, when this sorrow is coming to you, whether you get the desired object or not, if you get, you will get sorrow because of the papa karma. If you don't get, you will get sorrow because you did not get it. In both cases, what is going to be the result? The result is going to be sorrow. And that's why he is telling, give up all these things. How to do that? You replace it with positive desire. Mind will go towards the world when it is not preoccupied with God. Therefore what? Sada sarvada priti rami dharavi. Have that firm love, devotion for the Lord. Always, sada sarvada. And then when these sorrows will come little bit, sorrows are results of our own actions. You give up all those sorrows. Don't get affected by it. Don't think that sorrow will go by itself. No. Dukhaji swaye sandi jivi karavi. By yourself you have to get rid of this sorrow. Vedji, that is okay. Sometimes, sorrow comes little bit. That's okay. But what we can't get rid of is the physical pain, physical discomfort, physical sorrow. What to do with that? I may say that whatever little bit is happening, okay. But physically I am feeling pain. He says, Dehe dukkhate sukha manita jave. You should treat that sorrow, that pain, that discomfort as joy. How can you say like that? We saw in the last class, isn't it? Remember the story of the stepstone and the idol stone? One who goes through difficulties, goes through tough pain, etc., then comes out victorious. Then something beautiful comes out of that person. You see, we all watch movies, etc. You take any success story. So-called success stories are shown in movies, etc. That the person goes through a lot of hardship and at the end he wins, or she wins, or the team wins. Isn't it? That hardship is necessary. That's the formula of success actually. Don't think that I will sit nicely in. See, that is what is dangerous for this generation. I feel very, very sad sometimes because somehow, because of this social media, because of all these things, people are becoming famous, people are becoming wealthy very easily. Very easily. You just do some dance on Instagram, that reel becomes viral, you become famous. You become expensive because then people start coming to you for advertisement, etc. They give money for advertising their products. Now the problem is, when you get success which you don't deserve, because you have not put in those many hours into your success, then that success will not last. And when that success does not last, then the depression, etc. comes. That's why I feel sad. A person who goes on top after a lot of hard work, even if it takes longer for the person to go on top, that's fine. That's fine. Sometimes even after putting a lot of efforts, a person may not reach the top. That is also fine. But when you reach the top without having to put efforts, that is very dangerous situation. Why? Because you don't deserve. You will be thrown down. And when you are thrown out, you will have depression. Please, we must understand physical hardship, mental torture, we have to go through if we want to become successful. So whenever such situations come, please, if you are a devotee, then you say, this is what God wants me to go through. God is working on me. He wants to make me into a better person, so that I will be of some use to the world. That's why it is happening. If you are not a devotee type, but you say that no, a person becomes great by your own effort, then you say whatever I am going through is a result of my own past actions. Even in that case, I should not have any grudge or any crying over all these things. I should not complain. Why? Because what I am going through is because of my past actions. Even in that case, dehe dukkhate sukhamanita jave. Treat it like this, no, you have done some papa karma, it is resulting into some physical pain, you should be happy that papa karma is getting over. If it is not coming, then that papa is remaining. You should be happy in any case. But Viji, it is okay to say like that, but it is very difficult to do. Yes, it is difficult to do when we have nothing else better to do. When our mind is only focused on the physical pain that I have, then that will capture the entire life and then continuously will think about that. You see in your own life, when you have something else to do, you forget your pain. You don't have tiredness. When your loved one, your person whom you love, the child or the mother or father or the brother or sister, your wife, husband, when they need something, even if you are not well, you give up all those things and you do things, isn't it? Which means what? Actually, Body pain is no pain at all. See, technically also, biologically, if you see, body doesn't feel pain at all. Pain is felt by mind. It's not by body. I hope you know this. That is how the anesthesia works, no? There is a painful place where the operation needs to be done. Body doesn't feel, because I am aware of that wound, I am aware of the pain, therefore I am feeling the pain. So what do they do? They do anesthesia so that that portion of the body becomes numb. You don't feel anything, whatever happening there. Then even if they cut it, you will not feel anything. So it is not the body that is feeling the pain. It is we who are, mind is feeling the pain because we are aware of it. That's why with that wound, if I sleep and if I am in deep sleep, I don't remember the pain. Only when I get up, I remember the pain. And that is why it is something other than me. I can give it up. I can treat it as a positive thing. When will that happen? Viveke sada swaswarupi varave. When my focus is not on the body, not on the world, but my focus is on my own true nature. When that captures my mind, then I don't have time to waste on all these things. That is how we should be. Now, a different topic is started by Samarth Ramdas Swami, where he shows incompleteness of life, of human life. Any life for that matter is incomplete. Jani sarva sukhi asa kona hai. Oh mind, please, vichare mana. Think. Tuchi shodhu nipahe. Go and search what? Who is there in this world who is absolutely, completely happy? Nobody. Nobody. The only person who will be like that is not a person anymore, has become Brahman. That's the only person who will have no sorrow at all. But other than that, all human beings have some kind of incompleteness, some kind of sorrow. We saw also beautifully that when we have incompleteness in our life, we should fill that incompleteness with the remembrance of the Lord, with Lord. Why? Because only Purna Brahma, Purna Paramatma can give Purnata, completeness to our life. No amount of incomplete objects put together can make you complete. Actually, you know the secret. God is so compassionate that He has purposely kept incompleteness in our life. Thanks to that incompleteness that we remember God. If that incompleteness was not there, we would have been in so much deep ignorance. We are all, now also we are in the ignorance, but at least we know that we are in ignorance. We would have been in so much deep ignorance that we would not have even realized that there is something higher. That incompleteness makes us inquisitive and we start searching where is something is there. Thanks to His compassion that we have got this incompleteness. So when we have this incompleteness, we should fill it with that complete Lord. Right? And then what? While living, you must understand what law of karma works. Manatvanchire purva sanchita kele taya sarikhe bhogane prapta jale. Oh mind, whatever you have done in the past, according to that only you are getting result now in the present. We also understood in the last session, whatever I have done in the past is what is coming to me right now in my present. So my present is the result of my past. And my future is the result of my past plus present. Don't say only past, don't say only present. When this thing is not understood correctly, no, therefore people, they have complaints. Oh, I put so much of efforts, I studied so much, but I didn't get good marks. But you did not study well also for a long time. What about result of that? Who is going to count that? Yes, you studied now, therefore you got whatever marks you got. But whatever time you have not studied, that is also going to give result. My future is not just my present. My future is my past plus present. We should not think that it is only present. We should not also think that it is only my past. If I think that my future is only dependent on my past, then what should I do in my present? Nothing. Right? According to what is there, will come. That is not the situation again. This concept of destiny and free will, or destiny and self-effort, has to be understood very, very correctly. Many times people say, no, this Prarabdha karma, we have seen also in so many other places that Prarabdha, when we say everything happens according to Prarabdha, people misunderstand that Prarabdha is some static entity which is there in the past. No, Prarabdha is what we are making every moment. Yes, it is coming from the past, but also we are molding it in the present. My next moment is cumulative result of all my past, including the present moment. Why? Because when that next moment comes, this present moment will become past. It is a cumulative effect of the past. Not of just immediate moment. No, it is cumulative effect of the entire past. And therefore, what I am doing now also has got some effect on my future. I can't say that my future is only according to my past. No. My future is not just according to my present, and my future is not just according to my past. My future is because of my past plus what I am doing in the present. This is something that we must understand. And therefore, what we have done in the past, we don't know. But what we can do now, we know. So there is one entity which we know, there is another entity which we don't know. So when the result comes unexpected, understand that this is because of that entity that we did not know. Don't correlate it to this. Then problem will come. You understand? I put 5 units of efforts. Okay? But I don't know how much past efforts I have put. You should watch cricket to understand all these concepts. What to do? In cricket, sometimes towards the end of the inning, somebody plays very well and they end on a very high because he plays exceptionally. Just few days back it happened. And then the interviewer asked, it was brilliant inning. He says, yeah, it was brilliant inning, but we must also understand what happened before I played that inning. Because final score is not just what I did. It is the cumulative score of what happened from ball 1. Yes, we finished well. Yes, the final effort, the present moment, the final push we gave. But what did we do previously? That also matters. It is the cumulative effect of my past. And therefore, I must put my 100% efforts now, but I must understand that I don't know my past. So even if I put my 100% effort, I may not get the desired result. I hope this point is clear. Now what? Now he says, yes, I am telling you that your future is the result of your present and past, and your present is the result of your future, your past. Yes, it is true, but let me tell you one thing. What? Don't think too much about future. Don't think too much about past. Focus on the present. That's what he says in the next verse. Let us see. Verse number 12. Mana manasi dukkhanu na kore, mana sarvatha shoka chinta na kore, viveke dehe buddhi sodo nidyavi, videhi pane mukti bhogi tajavi. Jai Jai Raghuveer Samartha. Beautiful. He says, Mana, oh my mind, manasi dukkha anu na kore. Don't bring sorrow in your mind. He is telling the mind not to bring sorrow in his mind. Means what? Don't be sad. But Veji, I have problem with always you say like this, no? Don't be sad, don't be. But I am sad now. What can I do? This is not right solution. I come to you and I ask, Veji, I become very angry. What should I do? And you tell me, don't become angry. That is not the solution. You have to explain to me how not to become angry. I am sad, I am coming to you and you are telling me don't be sad. That is not the solution. If I can not be sad, I will not be sad. But that's not happening. Yeah, okay, don't get angry. What? Listen to the second line. First line is saying that don't become sad. How not to become sad? He gives the explanation. Mana sarvatha shoka chinta na kore. We should never, sarvatha, by all means. Oh my mind, mana shoka chinta na kore. You should not have shoka and chinta. See, I already told you. When you look at these verses, they are very, simple looking verses, but there is deep philosophy there. He is telling that the sorrow comes from two sources. Shoka, grief of the past. Chinta, worry of the future. This is what Gurudev used to extend and say that there are three leakages. Grief of the past, excitement in the present, and worry for the future. He used to add excitement in the present, but that is included in past and future, isn't it? What is he saying here? You are sad when you are thinking about past or future. The only way to become sad is to think about past or future. If you remain in the present, there is no reason to be sad. No, but you know what happened today morning? Past. But what if it happens in the evening? Future. Don't think about past and future. Be in the moment. See, it's a very, what do we say, very nice philosophy to hear. And nowadays in social media, etc., they will say, be in the moment. And you will understand the entire thing, how everything is moving very slowly. They will depict it like that. Na? When you are in the moment, then what happens? Then suddenly you can even see the slow way, how the that fly is moving her wings. Generally the fly's wings are very fast, they say, no. But because you are in the moment, suddenly everything becomes slow. That and all is not going to happen. You are in the moment doesn't mean that everything will become slow motion and everything start to move very slowly. Nothing like that will happen. But you will not be sad. That's what will happen. The cause of sorrow is either I am thinking about the past and feeling sad about it, or I am worrying over my future. The same similar concept is given by Pujya Guruji in Jivan Sutrani. A lot of references are coming from that text, but what to do? It is all connected. He says, if you love your sorrow, then I will give you a method to protect your sorrow. If you love being sad, then you can protect your sorrow this way. What? He says, praptasya upekshayam, apraptasya apekshayam, dukkhasya suraksha. Beautiful sutra. He says, praptasya upekshayam. You ignore what you have. Apraptasya apekshayam, and desire what you don't have. Then your sorrow will be secured. Sorrow will be protected. What does it mean? It means if we want to be happy, what we should do? We should understand and value what we have and not desire what we don't have. Why? Because if we deserve it, we will get it. Don't worry about it. Already previous shloka, what he said, that whatever you have done in the past, that is how you will get in the present. Mana twanchire purva sanchita kele taya sarikhe bhogane prapta dhale. Isn't it? So don't worry about it. If you deserve something, you will get that. Right now what you do? You focus on what you have. You focus on the present. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. You focus on what you have at the moment, then there will be joy and joy alone. When we start thinking about I had so much, I don't think about past. But I want to have so much, don't think about future. If you think about past and future, you will be sad. So now don't come to me and say that, Veji, you are not giving solution. I am not giving solution. Samarth Ramdas Swami himself is giving solution. And what is the solution he is giving? You give up sorrow. How to give up sorrow? stop worrying over the future and stop crying over the past. Stop doing that. If you analyze carefully, you will see even in Bhagavad Gita, sorrow comes to Arjuna because he starts to think about future. He says, if I fight, then I will kill these people, but they are my people. And killing them, what is the point in me enjoying the kingdom? He has gone further ahead. Don't go too much ahead. Don't always remain in the past and keep crying over it. Be in the present and enjoy. Don't go ahead. Don't go remain back. That is why I am telling you, you should watch cricket for this. I am telling you, every single point has got, see, games are there, sports is there for us to live our life and to learn how we are living our life. You will see numerous occasions in cricket when somebody goes ahead of time and starts to think how I am going to finish. They make mistakes in the present. And there are times also what has happened previous ball, how the previous person got out. If you have not taken it out of your system, then it will keep troubling you. Suppose, for example, I am playing with somebody else and some miscommunication happens and the other person gets run out. Now, in my mind, I keep thinking about, oh, that person got run out because of me, because of me, because of me. Now what? Because of that guilt, I come under pressure and I make mistakes. Don't remain in the past. Don't go too much ahead of yourself and go in the future. Be in the present. Mana manasi dukkha anu nakore. Mana sarvatha shoka chinta nakore. Samarth Ramdas Swami doesn't stop there. He says, let me tell you the root cause of sorrow. Yes, the immediate sorrow is because you are thinking about past or future. Let me tell you the root cause of sorrow. The root cause of sorrow is identification. That identification which is born from ignorance. You don't know who you are. Therefore, you think you are this. Then starts the sorrow. See, exact Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta has no other point other than this. So, sorrow comes from where? Sorrow comes from misunderstanding or what we call as delusion. That delusion comes from where? It comes from ignorance. There is rope. Famous example of Vedanta. There is rope. I don't see the rope as rope. Ignorance. What does ignorance result into? I see it as snake. Ignorance causes delusion. The moment delusion is caused, then what? Then I am afraid of the snake and therefore I become sad. What is the cause of that snake? Don't tell me that cause of the snake is my fear of the snake. No. That is temporary. The real cause of snake is to see rope as snake. That is the real cause. Let us understand. You say, I am sad. Who is sad? Let us think a little bit. Why are you sad? No, you know what happened? My mother. My mother? Whose mother? My mother. My mother means, who are you then? I am this body. When I identify with my body, then I have sorrow with all other things. I got hurt. Our body got hurt. Every single sorrow, we can track it down to our identification. Which is caused by ignorance, of course. And if it is caused by ignorance, then what is the solution? Solution is knowledge. Therefore, he says next line, viveke, by discrimination, dehe buddhi. Dehe buddhi means what? Identification in the body. Considering that the body is me, so don't we give up this identification. How can I give up the identification? Viveke, by knowledge, by discrimination. I am sad because I think I am this body. Simple example we always take. No, suppose I am sleeping and in my dream, I see that something bad is happening to me. And I get very hyper in the dream. Now here I am comfortably sleeping, but in my dream I get very hyper and I start to cry and I start to shout, etc. And it becomes so much that actually in the waking I start to sweat. Waking means when I am sleeping, I am seeing a dream, but because of the dream and what is happening in the dream, it affects my body. I start to sweat and something so bad happens that I get up. But the moment I get up, what do I understand? That was all not true. So I was getting hyper, I was getting sad, I was getting angry for no reason. I thought it is my sorrow because I thought I am that dreamer. When I understand I am the waker, then no problem. Isn't it? Sometimes when you see the, some TV serials, etc., it is very funny. Means funny for us. But those who watch regularly, for them it is very important thing. So sometimes I remember I used to watch something and then, my mother used to sit next to me and watch the TV. And when that scene is happening, she starts to cry. Then I used to look at her and, why are you crying? Something is happening on the TV. Why are you? Identification is so much that you start crying. The same thing happens with horror movies also. I tell you, see, that's the beauty of the movies, that they induce these emotions in us. And if they don't do that, then we say, what kind of movie? It didn't even touch. It should touch. And how will it touch? When I identify. When I identify with that person and that person is going in the darkness and into something, and you know it is a movie which is horror movie. No, you already have heard about all these things. So you say, don't go alone there. And when suddenly something happens, you hear sitting nicely in AC theater, you get shocked. Why are you getting? Because you have identified with it. You go through all the emotions that the character is going through. Why? Because of identification. That's okay when you are involved with it. But suppose you come out and you continue with the emotions. You continue after the movie is over also, you continue with the emotion. Then it becomes difficult. Then somebody has to tell you, Arre Baba, that is different person, you are a different person. That you give up that identification. No, but Veji, that is for different. No, this is me. Who has told you this is you? That's our problem. We think that this body is me. And therefore, all the pain of the body is my pain. Whoever is connected to the body, my family members, my friends, my boss, my subordinate, junior, everyone, whatever they will do is going to create sorrow for me. Why? Because I am identified with the body. Identified, I consider this to be me. That's called identification. Tadatmya, in Sanskrit the word is tadatmya. Tadatmya means tat atma iti bhavaha. I feel that is me. When we purchase new car, etc., you must have seen, no? When we purchase a new car, the identification with the car is extreme. And therefore, when the car is standing and somebody is, just touching the car and standing there, and then you say, hey, don't touch my car. As though by that person touching your car, something is going. No, but identification is so much. Suppose the scratch comes on the car, you feel as though, somebody has, created scratch on your body. What are you doing? Why? Identification is so much. Dehe viveke, dehe buddhi, sodoni devi. Oh mind, what you should do if you want to get rid of sorrow completely. See, immediate solution, what did he say? He said immediately you are sad because either you are thinking about the past or you are thinking about the future. So what you should do, don't have shoka for the past and don't have chinta for the future. That's immediate. What is the permanent solution? You give up your identification with the body. But Veji, if I am not identified with my body, okay, sorrow will go away. Fine. But Veji, with that joy also will go away. See, understand our technical problem, no? Body is the means to experience both joy and sorrow. So, if I give up my identification, sorrow will go away, but joy also will go away. No, it will not go away. Why? Because joy is your true nature. Sorrow comes because you are identified with something else. That will go away. Joy will remain. Why? Happiness will remain. Bliss will remain. It is your true nature. When you give up identification with the body, then you remain with your true nature of bliss, ananda. And thus, what do you should do? Videhi pane mukti bhogi tajavi. Enjoy your liberation. How? Videhi pane. Videha means vigata deha. Identification with the body is gone. With that freedom, you enjoy. What a beautiful thing. So, again, it is not that if I give up identification with the body, everything will go away. It will be a pale, stale state. Nothing is happening. You are with straight face, no joy, no sorrow. You are just there. Don't smile, don't cry. No, it is a joyful state. Imagine if that state is actually where there is no experience of joy or sorrow, there is no experience of bliss. Why would anybody want that state? No, Veji, it is like sleep. A deep sleep is the best experience of joy. Don't think that deep sleep is a pale, stale state. If it is no emotion state, where you are not feeling anything, you are not experiencing anything, if that is the state, you will never want to go back to that state. We want to go back to deep sleep because there is so much of joy in deep sleep. Why? Because all the causes of sorrow are not there. Your body, you don't identify with. In deep sleep, you don't even know whether you are a man or a woman, a small baby or an old person, whether you are sleeping on the ground or whether you are sleeping comfortably on the bed. You have no identification with the body. You are not even dreaming means you have no identification with mind also. So whatever somebody said this, somebody is going to do this, nothing. Body, mind, intellect, all of them identification gone. Then what happens in deep sleep? You enjoy. Why? All identification is gone. So when the identification goes away, that state is not a indifferent state. That state is a joyful state. Rather, that state is bliss, not even blissful. It is bliss. So you do this. Don't be sad. You want immediate solution? Give up the regret of the past and worry of the future. You want permanent solution? Give up the identification with the body and enjoy your freedom, enjoy your liberation. What a beautiful thing. That is why I say that these texts should be studied as Vedantic texts, because they are talking about exactly Vedanta. See, these Mahatmas, they have such a knack that they talk in such simple words that we think that they are talking very simple things. It is their master illusion. You always listen to Puja Guruji, Swami Tejamananji, whenever you listen, even he is talking on Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, etc., he will talk such casually that we will think that nothing is there. Simple thing he is telling. But when you think, when you go through the whole thing, then you understand, yes, the words are very simple, but the philosophy behind the words is very deep. And you see, that is why I love such texts. Because the more you see, the more things come out of it. Otherwise, I can easily explain, no, mana manasi dukkhanu no kore, you should not have sorrow. Mana sarvata shoka chinta no kore, you should not have shoka means sorrow, chinta means worry, you should not have. But why? The logic is that the sorrow comes because of the regret of the past and worry of the future. Therefore, he is giving solution. Otherwise, independently you take one line and independently explain. Viveke dehe buddhi soduni devi. With discrimination, give up the identification with the body. Videhi pane mukti bhogi tajavi. Enjoy your liberation by being bereft of the identification of the body. And that's not, there is a connection. He is telling us to give up sorrow. He is giving us methods how to do that. How to give up sorrow? Temporary method he is giving. Permanent method he is giving. And then he is also telling that this is not, when you give up identification, don't think you are going to land up into nothing. You are going to land up with that bliss. Videhi pane mukti bhogi tajavi. No, but Vedji, You see, okay, fine. I accept, I am not saying no. But when I reflect on my own life, I am not that bad. See, sometimes you portray, in such a way that I am very bad person. I have got so many negativities, etc. And when I reflect on myself, probably I have 2-3 negativities that I need to work on. But I have a lot of positivities also. Forget about 2-3. Even if one negativity is there, it is sufficient to bring our entire downfall. Next verse, he explains. Verse number 13. मना सांगपा रावणा काय झाले, अकस्मात ते राज्य सर्वै बुडाले, म्हणोनी कुडी वासना सांडी वेगी, बळे लागला काळ हा पाठी लागी. जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. मना, oh my mind, sang. You tell me what? Sangapa. This pa is also similar to Tamil. No? Tamil also we use that pa word as a what do you say? As an expression of endearment. Soluda, solupa. Not only solu is not sufficient. Not just you are not telling tell what. That's how all our languages are. Mana sangapa. Please tell what? Ravana kaya zale. Tell me what happened to Ravana. Hey, what do you mean what happened to Ravana? You don't know the story? What is this Samarth Ramdas Swami? Your Ishta Devata is Sri Rama. You don't know the story of Ramayana. No, he is not asking technical question or the theoretical question. What happened to Ravana? No. He is asking you know right what happened to Ravana? You know what happened? He was the king of the world. He had everything. He had Lanka, which was made up of gold. All the wealth, sovereignty. So you see, whatever you want to have, you have. But then what happened? Akasmat te rajya sarvai budale. His entire kingdom drowned, vanished. Akasmat, in a moment it vanished. How it vanished? Because he had one negativity. He had many negativities, I am not saying that way, but he had one negativity because of which all other negativities gathered around him and they created the entire loss. One wrong desire to have somebody who doesn't belong to him. Isn't it? Please think. One desire, that I want to get married to Sita. Did he get married to Sita? No. He could not even touch Sita ji because of a curse. He could not even touch her. What happened to Ravana? Don't we know this? One negative. I am not saying that Ravana only had one negativity. No, that's not the point. The point is he had many negativities, but all of them were caused by that one negativity. Earlier only we have seen Kama only splits itself into Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, etc. Isn't it? The root cause of all negativities. Mana Sangapa Ravana kaya zale. And you look at it from the other standpoint. Nowadays people glorify Ravana, etc. And they say that, he was such a great scholar of Sanskrit and he was a Veda Pandita, and you know what he has composed? He has composed stotras on Shiva, Jatatavi, Kalat, Chalat, Pravahapa, Vitasthali. What kind of Sanskrit is this? We are not saying no at all. We understand what kind of a scholar he was. That's why we feel sad that even after being a Veda Pandita, what did he do? Suppose he had no knowledge of Veda, we would not have felt so much. Problem is, he had the knowledge, still he did the mistake. That is what we feel sad about. Sangapa Ravana kaya zale. Akasmata te rajya sarve budale. Manoni, therefore, kudi vasana sandi vegi. You should give up this kudi vasana, these desires which are very dangerous, you please give up. Sandi means give up. Why? Bade lagala kalaha pati lagi. Because once you have these kind of desires, then death comes running behind you by force. But death comes continuously behind you. Why? Because the moment you have taken hold of this desire, it knows that you are now going to die. This is that famous ladder of fall is there, no? Ladder of fall in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 62-63 verse, isn't it? That entire, by thinking over something, dhyayato vishayan bhumsa, sangasteshu pajayate, attachment is created. From the attachment comes desire, sangat sanjayate kamaha. When that kama is not fulfilled, desire is not fulfilled, kamat krodha abhijayate, anger comes. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, you get confused, you get deluded. Sammohat smriti vibhramaha, all your memory goes away. Smriti bhramshat buddhi nashaha, you lose the capacity to think. Buddhi nashat pranashati. And then you perish. So the moment you have desire, death knows that soon we are going to meet. No, Vedji, what are you talking? Ravana lived such a long life. Such a long life. But he would have lived more life if he would not have had that desire. Isn't it true? Give up such desires. The anecdote is there, that in one house, outside the house, what that person used to do for grains to keep, he had that long vessel. In that long vessel, he used to keep grains. Why? Because monkeys used to come and attack. So one day some monkey came and that vessel was there, very heavy. And the monkey put his hand inside the vessel and took the grains. Now what happened? Because the opening of that vessel is so small, narrow opening is there, no? So the hand is not coming out. Okay. By the time the person came, whose grains they are, and he started beating this monkey. Monkey is getting beaten, but he is not removing hand because the hand is not coming out. The only thing that he has to do is he has to give up that, then the hand will come out. The hand is not coming out because we are holding on to things. We have so many desires, we want this, that. Then what? Death is coming behind us and beating us left, right, center. But still, we are not done. We are not ready to give up desires. Samarth Ramdas Swami here he's urging, he's requesting you, please, oh mind, don't have this kind of desire, because the moment you have desire, the death starts to chase you. And that one desire will destroy everything. What do you mean everything? It will loot away your inner virtues and it will also loot away your outer wealth, prosperity. Everything will go. That's what happened with Ravana. His inner peace was lost. If you read Ramayana, you will see he could not sleep. He had kidnapped Sita ji. Sita ji is right there in Lanka. But till the time he is not married, he is not able to sleep. And outside what happened? Entire prosperity gone. One desire can cause all these things. The same thing we see everywhere else also. Duryodhana, what happened? Same thing happened. He wanted to have entire kingdom. But they are also your brothers. They also have equal rights. Give them their share. You enjoy your share. No. As long as they are enjoying their share, I cannot enjoy my share. Why? Because that is also mine. So what? So you did all these things. Where did it end? It ended in you dying and with you 16 lakhs more people, 18 lakhs more people. No. Yeah. 36 lakhs more people died with you. Or 100 brothers. Imagine. 100 brothers. All of them died. Why? Desire, greed, anger. Any one desire is there, it will lead to all other negativities, any one negativity is there for that matter, will bring all other negativities with it. Earlier also we have seen, they bring all their family members with them when they come to you. Then what? Then death is the only thing that comes. So before death catches you, you win over death. That also we see in the Puranas only, in the itihas only, in the history only. Parikshit Maharaj knew that in 7 days death is coming. What did he do? He said, before death comes, I want to get liberated. And he got liberated. In 7 days, he listened to Bhagavatam and he was so, enthralled by that knowledge. He pursued it and he got liberated even before Takshaka could kill him. Don't we learn anything from our history? Don't we see? Why to go in the past? Now also that is only happening. Great party who stood by some values. One person had a wish that I want to become chief minister. What happened? Entire party is gone now. Those who know, they know. Why? One desire, I want to become chief minister. But you want to become is okay, but are you ready to become chief minister? Vikare gade jani sarva chichi. That's what happened. The entire world started saying, what is this fellow? He destroyed his name, he destroyed his father's name, he destroyed the name of the entire. Why? One desire. And this one desire is what? Selfish desire. If somebody has got selfless desire, that will transform the entire country. You see, one Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was there and he said, why should the outside people tell you that you are a developing country? Why can't India be developed country? In 1990s, he wrote a book called India 2020. And he said by 2020, we should be developed nation. And he started working for it even before he was a president of India. And after becoming president, that one idea, one desire, but because it was not his selfish desire, therefore what happened? Entire country joined in. And we are seeing today India is the largest growing economy in the world. Today India is in top 5. 70 years after independence, just 70 years, 2000 years somebody else has ruled on us, looted us regularly, continuously, destroyed every single thing, including our academics, including our education system. But just in 70-75 years, we are back on track. Not just back on track, we are winning. We are competing with the top. And the nation which ruled on us for 150 years, now we are ahead of them in economy. Now their prime minister is of our origin. You imagine. I am not having any hatred towards anybody. That's not the point. Point is, you see, if I have a desire for nation which is not selfish, then it will bring all the positivities. Then it is a positive desire. But when I have a selfish desire, I want something for myself, it will bring about entire destruction for me and for everybody around me. Like what Ravana. Ravana also worshipped Lord Shiva. Markandeya also worshipped Lord Shiva. But when Markandeya worshipped Lord Shiva, out of love, Lord Shiva came and destroyed death to save Markandeya. Why? Because Bhagavan is Kala Kala. He is Kala of Kala. He is death of death. Therefore what? When that death is chasing you, if you have connection with God, you don't have selfish desire, then that death will not do anything to you. So before it does anything, you win over the death. That is what will happen. Please don't worry too much about death also. Sometimes, some people, just by the name of death only something happens. Don't think about all that. Why? Let me tell you what is this death. Next verse number 14. Jiva karma yoge jani janma jhala pari shevati kalamukhi nimala महाथोरते मृत्युपंथे चिगेले किती एकते जन्मले आणि मेले जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. He says, Jiva karma yoge jani janma jhala. Jiva, individual, according to karma, according to his prarabdha karma, jani, among people, janma jhala, he is born. So our birth is according to our prarabdha karma. Then what? Parishevati kalamukhi nimala. But at the end what happens? Death only swallows him. Kalamukhi. In the jaws of death, he enters. Means what? In the childhood we used to do, no? We used to fake that we know palm reading. This palm reading, etc. is there, no? And we used to tell my friend, I will tell your bhavishya, I will tell your future fortune, I will tell you. Then show me your right hand. We'll see carefully and then we will say, one day you are going to die. What a bhavishya you have told. Why? Because that is the only thing which will never become wrong. One day you are going to die. Correct only. You can't argue. I am looking at palm and giving your future. What? One day you are going to die. Everyone is going to die. We are born because of our Prarabdha karma. We live some life and then we are going to die. Maha thorate mrityupantechi gele. Even if a person was great personality, well known, Alexander the Great. What happened to Alexander the Great? Died. You know that famous thing, no? Alexander. First of all, we don't think he was great or anything. Alexander was Alexander. Not a big deal. But he said, the anecdote is there that when he was about to die, he told his soldiers that when I die, keep my hands outside the coffin. That coffin is there, no, where they take the dead body. So they said, what kind of strange desire? Why you want hands outside the coffin? He said, because let the people know, even when the great Alexander died, his hands were empty. Nothing you are going to take with you. Mahathora, great personality. We may say great personality. Mrityupanthechi gele. They also end up in death only. Kiti ekate janmale animele. How many such people are born and have died? Janmale have born, mele have died. Very, very interesting all these things are. He is telling, Samarth Ramdas Swami is saying, don't think too much about death. Why? Death is going to come anyways. What is a big deal in that? Don't worry about that. That's the common autobiography of all of us. That we are born according to our Prarabdha karma, we live our life whichever way we have lived and then we die. These three things will be common. How we lived our life, that will be different. So that is where we have to create difference. Don't think that we are going to create difference means I am not going to die. That is not going to change. What will make a difference? How you lived. That is what is going to make whole difference. So what should I do? I should live a life in such a way that my name will remain even afterwards. That's what he has said. I am not telling that is the goal of living a good life. No. But it should naturally happen that I am living such a life that people remember me by my good actions. Isn't it? Earlier he had said, live like Chandana. Kirti mage uravide. Your name, your goodness should stay back. They should celebrate your life. How will it happen? It will happen when we live our life for others. Chandanache paritva jizave. When we live life for others, then this will happen. If I am living life for my own selfish desire, this, that, I wanted this and one day I will get it and then one day I got it, then what? Then I died. Then what happened to that thing that you got? I don't know what happened. One day I want to make such a big house. They say, no, Shah Jahan built Taj Mahal. Who is enjoying Taj Mahal? Not Shah Jahan. I am not saying you don't do anything like this. But think about what can be done that will help the entire world. Don't do anything for yourself. Such a small thing to do with the life which is so precious. God has given us such a great life and what are we doing? We are living for ourselves. A shame. That is what Samarth Ramdas Swami. These Mahatmas are very, very rough in their speech also. They tell whatever is the fact. Don't know mincing of the words. So he is not saying Mahathorate Mrityu, even if a great person, so what? He also dies only at the end. Right? Kiti ekate janmale animele. So this is what it is. And therefore, don't have this desire, don't have the small things. Now what? He continues, some more verses are there on this. What happens when you die, death, what happens? Some interesting things are there. We will see in the next session. Sufficient for today. Beautiful. Chalo. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.